All right, welcome back, guys. Got a different video for you today. We're gonna be watching Abba and Preach. This is another channel I love. Give them some love. Check out their stuff. They're, I think, Canadian, and they give very good takes on things. I think sometimes they're better than Asman almost. Just they're more balanced and kind of nuanced. I think they're older and a little more mature too. And yeah, and they just have a different perspective.
We all know it.
It feels like you work your whole life to celebrate winning a tournament for like a few minutes. It only lasts a few minutes, that kind of euphoric feeling. And like to win the Byron Nelson Championship at home, I literally worked my entire life to become good at golf, to have an opportunity to win that tournament. And
Huh? Okay, so winning isn't fulfilling. What's the point? Is kind of what we're talking about, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Is winning fulfilling? I think winning is pretty fulfilling still. I don't know. But I guess I haven't won much. That's the thing. Is like my high school fucking soccer team sucked ass. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, "Oh, if back in my day, we were so good." I'm not like I don't relive my glory days or any of that shit. But I do still have like wins I'm looking forward to. And I would be disappointed as fuck if I get to those things. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're not going to feel like it is weird. I guess you don't really like. That's what's weird is when you accomplish something, you don't really feel like nobody throws you a party for shit that, like, for goals that you've set for yourself. Nobody throws you a party for that shit, which I'm not. I don't know. This fucking golf guy's bullshit. Don't get me started on golf. I think golf's fucking an elitist, fucking gay-ass sport. But that's just my opinion. I play golf, too. So, don't ask me.
you win it, you celebrate, get to hug my family, my sister's there. It's such an amazing moment. And then it's like, okay, now what are we going to eat for dinner? You know,
what do you want? I feel like this is a you problem, dog. Because you gotta, this is what I'm talking about. What are your expectations when you win, when you accomplish whatever said thing is? Like if, so I have like some personal goals, which would be like to try stand up, to try to run my own business, to like, I have a couple different goals for life. When I accomplish those goals, nobody's gonna like know to throw me a party because I've succeeded at those goals. Like, so what do you expect? Like, people are going to fucking congratulate you, maybe, the close loved ones that actually know that that's a goal of yours that you've been working for. But everybody else, like, your employees are just going to be shitty fucking employees that are mad to fucking have to work for you and all that shit. Like, everybody's, like, think about, you're never happy to be an employee for somebody else, okay? So then, like, when you become a boss, why the fuck would you expect everybody to be happy to work for you? It's like you got to give them that thing that fucking whatever. I'm fucking sidetracking here a little bit, but it's just like, what? I don't know.
life goes on.
There's next year's tourney to chase. What the fuck do you mean? You're not the best. You're not him. You won one thing.
Is it great to be able to win tournaments and to accomplish the things I have in the game of golf? Yeah. I mean, it brings tears to my eyes just to think about, because I've literally worked my entire life to become good at this sport and to
Okay, what do you want? What do you want?
have that kind of sense of accomplishment. I think is a pretty cool feeling. You know, to get to live out your dreams is very special. But at the end of
There's your fucking reward. That's the fulfillingness of it. Most of us don't get to do that. Most people, like, bro, if you never make it, like, it is like a 22 thing of like where I go back and forth on this. It's like, I do think most people who are in financial struggle, I watch this financial fucking audit show, and I think most of it is their own doing. They're living irresponsibly as fuck. I've done it myself. I'm not the best. I'm still fucking learning and growing and trying to get better at it, but I feel like a lot of it is like that. But then on the flip side, it's like, it is fucking tiring to just go to a fucking job every day and to just fucking go day in, day out, and you're slowly fucking saving up some pennies on the side to eventually maybe fucking pursue a side career. It's like, it took me a while to get to this point where I have a camera, I have fucking nice headset, I have a nice like nice peripherals, a nice computer. Like that shit wasn't overnight. And like I don't know, I was fortunate enough to have like a little bit of a vision to slowly try to like build something, and like I'm trying to build this channel now, and like it's all been baby steps, but some people just don't have that, and like some people aren't just given that like vision, and like they just I don't know. I don't know if they get like barreled over by life, but I do think everybody's got it in them where everybody would rather be doing something that actually, like, I don't think people would choose, if we got replaced by robots, I don't think people would choose to be unproductive. I think people would choose to do so. I think everybody's got something in them that they would much rather be doing that would make them happy as fuck if they could just do it. It's just there's all these things in the way, all this bullshit, and that's why people fucking do drugs, do alcohol, do all these coping mechanisms to fucking survive with the fact that we're basically all slaves.
The day is like, I'm not out here to inspire the next generation of golfers. I'm not here to inspire somebody else to be the best player in the world, because what's the point? You know, this is not a fulfilling life. It's fulfilling from the sense of accomplishment, but it's not fulfilling from a sense of like the deepest, you know.
That's where that, yeah. Yeah, it's because you're playing golf, my dude. It's because you're getting a ball into a hole, okay? And this is the trade-off, right? Because I have a job where I make medical parts for a living, and I do various things to these medical parts. Primarily, I got hired in to weld. There is like a different, this shop I wouldn't say has it as much, but one of my last shops that I did kind of the same thing at, there was like a different sense of pride to like knowing, because we would get like letters from like Peyton Manning and like all these fucking, like, it wasn't even celebrities, it was just like all sorts of people with like their testimonies about how this part we had welded went into their body and basically was making their life so much easier. And it's like there's like a different level of satisfaction, and then there's also like, I could see for some of the dudes where they're dads and stuff and they're getting to put food on the table and all this stuff, so it's like a different level of satisfaction for them to be able to provide for their families and like all that. Whereas for him, he's getting like, you're getting that part of it, but you're not giving back. And that's where like, start a fucking charity or whatever, dude. You got to find a way to make, but you're like, he doesn't understand how fortunate he is to be in that position. He's like, oh, poor me. And it's like, bro, fuck that bullshit. Like, fuck that. If you're in that position, you have more power than anybody to fucking fix any of the things that you don't feel whole with. Because I'm not trying to be a dick, but money is for that. That if not for that, then what the fuck else are you chasing money for? If it's not to fix, like, if it's like you don't think you give back enough, fucking give back. Just do charitable shit. If you don't think you like, that's the thing, is like, you can fix all of this shit with money. And it's like, that's the reason most of us are chasing the bag, is to fucking help our parents, is to fucking help sick people, to help fucking those in need, like all that shit. At least for me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's like, yeah, family first, then friends, then fucking local, then fucking, you know what I mean? It just scales up from that. But it's like, yeah, I'd help friends, then I'd help like people I went to school with if I could. This is like, if you fucking scale up. But this is where I hate like the Jeff Bezos types, where it's like they're renting fucking Italy for a wedding, like 168 billion or whatever it was. Like, that's not, you're fucking, that, it's a cool wedding. It's a fucking cool wedding, one of one. But the fact that your bitch needs that tells me kind of all I need to know. Like, you know what I mean? I would never want to be with a chick that would pick that over like giving that money to like orphans or some shit. If my chick doesn't go, yeah, babe, how about we don't do that and instead we do like $1 billion wedding? Like, if we're fucking that rich, like, if she wants $1 billion wedding, she fucking gets $1 billion wedding. But, like, yeah, there's just a difference in, like, I don't know. The way that they did it is fucking, I'm sorry, I'm fucking all over the place, guys. This is kind of what you'll figure out about my channel. I have a little bit of ADD, got hit with a frying pan over the head too many times as a kid. And this is the outcome. So, if you don't like it, I understand. It ain't for everybody, but if it's for you, I'll fuck with you too.
Places of your heart. You know, there's a lot of people that make it to what they thought was going to fulfill them in life, and then you get there and all of a sudden you get to number one in the world, and then they're like, what's the point? And, you know, I really do believe that, because, you know, what is...
I had a little bit of that burnout kind of thing at my first real welding job like that, where that first one that I told you guys, oh, it was so fulfilling. But also there was that point of I topped out in pay and I topped out in like experience and knowledge there. I had soaked out everything out of everyone, it felt like. And I'm sure there was like that was kind of the naivety of being young and like overlooking shit is just like, oh, in the moment you think you just know better than everybody. But it did kind of like suck because I was told about the pay top out and I was approaching that and it's just like, okay, I'm way too young to be there. But like, brother, I wasn't there. Like he's making probably good money golfing and you just got so much fucking room to grow.
Point. You're like, why do I want to win this tournament so bad? That's something that I wrestle with on a daily basis. It's like
come up with
show up
goals.
at the Masters every year. It's like, why do I?
Why do you? Why do you? Analyze why do you? First of all, what drove you to do this golf thing? What made you fall in love? Analyze that. Figure that the fuck out, and then figure out what is gonna be the thing. What is gonna be the thing that I'm doing this for going forward? Because I've taken care of my family. I've taken care of my house. My wife's good. My kids are good. Like if all of that, if all those ducks are in a row, bro, what's the next thing? Okay, get into charities. Get into whatever. Like, be a mentor. This is what happens when you, this is what I look forward to, bro. If I ever make it, I can't wait to be a mentor to other people, to be like, bro, I know it seems like everything's fucking dark and you can't, but you really can. You really fucking can. Because I've been there, and that's the only reason I'm saying that shit is like, it's not a holier than thou, like, oh, you can do it. Like, it's not that bullshit. It's literally just like, I've been at both ends of the spectrum, and I do think everyone has it in them to make it out. And it's like, bro, I don't know. People get dealt some fucking shitty cards, but I do think if they had the right voice in their head, they'd not fall victim.
Want to win this golf tournament so badly? Why do I want to win the Open Championship so badly? I don't know. Because if I win, it's going to be awesome for about 2 minutes. And then we're going to get to the next week, and it's going to be like, hey, you won 2 majors this year. How important is it for you to win the FedEx Cup playoffs? And it's just like, we're back here again, you know? So we really do. We work so hard for such little moments. And, you know, I'm kind of a sicko. I love putting in the work. I love being able to practice. I love getting out to live out my dreams. But at the end of the day, sometimes I just don't understand the point, you know, because I don't know if I'm making any sense or not, but am I not? It's just one of those deals, you know. I love the challenge. I love being able to play this game for a living. It's one of the greatest joys of my life. But does it fill the deepest?
Did he get hit with a frying pan over the head?
You know, wants and desires of my heart? Absolutely not. I mean, I love playing golf. I love being able to compete. I love living out my dreams. I love being a father. I love being able to take care of my son. I love being able to provide for my family.
That's what you're getting out of it then. Like, how are you confused? I'm confused why he's confused.
Out here playing golf and, you know, every day when
bro didn't get a celebration party. He just needed to throw a pity party. Hey, I haven't watched this. This is, I don't know what they're going to say, but I'm interested.
Wake up early to go put in the work. You know, my wife thanks me for going out and working so hard. And when I get home, I try and thank her every day for taking care of our son. It's just, you know, that's why I talk about families being my priority, because it really is. You know, I'm blessed to be able to come out here and play golf, but if my golf ever started affecting my home life or it ever affected the relationship I have with my wife or with my son, you know, that's going to be the last day that I play out here for a living.
Quick little shout out to that reporter for asking the good follow-up question. We never give reporters good shout outs.
Yeah, we shit on them when they're doing a bad job, but when they're doing a good job, we don't.
Shut
You're
up.
right.
I guess what that is just
sorry.
reporters good shout outs.
Yeah, we shit on them when they're doing a bad job, but when they're doing a good job, we don't.
Shut up.
If it ever affected the relationship I have with my wife or with my son, you know, that's going to be the last day that I play out here for a living.
Quick little shout out to that reporter for asking the good follow-up question. We never give reporters good shout outs.
Yeah, we shit on them when they're doing a bad job, but when they're doing a good job, we don't.
Shut
You're
up.
right.
I guess what that is.
You see what I'm saying? They're nuanced. They're nuanced, boys. I love them. Bless them.
Ego.
Let's hear it.
Is what?
Death of the ego. Because you're not, you know, there's like, we go our whole lives since we're kids. And we get all this like media messaging. And what do you constantly hear about media? friendships are the most important. Your family's the most important. You know, taking care of your people is the most important. And then we assimilate this information constantly. It's what's fed to us in all our movies, TV shows. And as we grow into adulthood, we start to forget that a little bit. And then we really focus on our careers because we think that's what we're really going to be defined by, our ability to make lots of money, to do all these things. And when you get older.
Yeah, that is. That is. I see what they're kind of saying. It is like a weird 22 because you do pursue this shit thinking that. Well, because. But really, though, I don't know. I get what they're saying. But it is like. It is kind of true, though. It's like. If you see your parents fucking work until retirement and then you see retirement getting pushed back further and further for everybody else, you're just like, well, fuck, I gotta find a way, a means. This is why I feel like everybody tries to, like, the people that do try to get out the rat race, It's like they see those people, because you see your parents struggling, and it's like, they always, I don't know, every parent wants the best for their kids. I really do think that. There's some pieces of shit, but I do think the good parents really do want better for their kids, but I think sometimes it's just like circumstance and whatever. And I don't know, you do get complacent, and it is sometimes hard to, like, sometimes I wonder what my parents' dreams were, but I don't know. I haven't really talked to them about it. Maybe I will soon here.
And you have like bouts of success, and there's just no feeling afterwards. In fact, winning is so irrelevant that if you don't have your people to celebrate it with, it is the worst feeling. To sit there and hold up a trophy to nobody to celebrate with, it makes the whole thing pointless. You ever see teammates? Teammates are happy to be able to.
That's where I feel like this is like a golf thing, because golf is an individual sport, and like he's got a team, he's got his caddy, he's got his coach, I'm sure, but like it does probably feel a lot less. It's like, oh wow, I did it again. Who would have thought? Especially if you're really good at that, an individual sport. It's like, imagine being Usain Bolt, and there is no competition. That would suck. That would suck. But like, that's where I feel like at that point you gotta be a mentor. You gotta make your competition. You gotta make your replacement. I feel like that's dope as fuck. That's some legendary shit. Forge your fucking replacement and fire. Like Gordon Ramsay, bro. Like, I don't know. Love him or hate him, but I respect people that fucking pass it on. Don't go, I'm the GOAT. Look at me, I'm the GOAT. Now what? Who gives a shit? Oh, blah, 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 poor me. Like, fuck that. Pass it on, bro. Tony Hinchcliffe passes it on. Other people pass it on. And then there's those that get to the top and it's all about them. Those are the ones I feel like that actually lose sight of what's important.
Each other championships. They're happy to share that moment with each other, because without that, this whole journey means nothing. And then you just come back to the rudimentary knowledge that you had since you were a tiny child, which is like, only thing that really matters in life is people. He can win every golf tournament in the fucking world. He can win it for the next 30 years. And 50 years from now, his name is going to be forgotten and it's going to be irrelevant. All those accomplishments, nobody cares. That's why we always disrespect legends from the past, and we always talk about the most recent person. Nobody cares.
I don't agree with that. Who disrespects legends from the past? L-Take. Sorry, preach, but I just... Well, I don't know.
But all these accomplishments, it's cool, but nothing matters more than people. And that's why he said, like, the moment this shit gets in the way of my
I don't think, but I don't think I think we look up to legends of the past. I don't know. I think, yeah. I get, kinda, I guess, like, because they get outdone. Is that what he's saying? I don't know.
My wife, my kid, I'm out. Because when he looks at them, he gets that thing that he doesn't get from golf, which is that deepest sense of fulfillment. You know, I'm 35. Last year I took my first.
And that's the thing too, is a lot of people think that once they get like a dream career doesn't potentially give you maximum fulfillment. Like just because you're doing what you love, it's like, oh, do what you love, you never work a day in your life. It's like, great. That's like a great thing, right? Because nobody wants to, like, that's the whole thing we all hate about jobs is we're working for somebody else. You got to be there on their time, their dime, all that shit. Work for yourself, never work a day in your life. Or, yeah, whatever, opposite thing. But the point is, it's like that side of it will alleviate a lot of those pains, but it's still not going to give you maximum fulfillment at the end of the day. And that's where, like, I don't know, like eventually I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to have, like, I have a girl who's been down my ride or die forever, but it's like there's still like goals that I want to build with her because it's like I've seen bad examples of like what not to do, and unfortunately it's been more of that than the opposite. But when you do get the examples of the opposite of like you actually find those people that do show you what life's about, I feel like those are like the most impactful moments. And it's like that's the shit that I want to experience and like live for myself. So I'll give you guys an example. Like I went to a family reunion on my girl's side, and her pawpaw, her grandpa, had like the whole family there, and it was like all the aunts and uncles, and they have like a big family, so it was probably like 20-30 people. And he was just like sitting there, like, he's not a very social dude, but he's like a very sweet old grandpa. But he's just not like, he just kind of keeps to himself, and like if you come up and talk to him, he'll talk to you, but he's like a observer. I don't know how to explain it, but he was just like sitting there watching everybody, and I did chat with him a little bit, and he was just like talking about how it was impressive that everyone was there because of him, like hooking up with the grandma. And it's like, I don't know, you could watch him watching them, and it's like you could sense a different sense of pride. Like I don't know what he was feeling, but I could just feel like his pride, and it was like a good pride. And it was like, I don't know, it was just something that I want to experience myself, to like have generations there because of me. And like you actually do a good job raising like not complete fucking shitheads. It's like I don't think it's that hard to not fuck up as a parent. I think you can do a pretty decent job without too much effort. You just gotta not like spoil your
Trip
fucking
with my mom.
kids.
That was top 5 moments in my entire life. And I've done some pretty fucking cool shit. I've performed on stage in front of 15,000 people.
Thank you very much, everybody. This was Abba Free.
I wish, I don't know. I hate French, the language, but I wish I kind of knew it just because they did French on.
I've received all kinds of sense of accomplishments. Won giant tournaments, nothing compared. The only things that are in the top 5 are things with other people. But there's one last surprise.
Oh my God.
Das alles? Ja,
That's what's up. That's what I want. I want to be able to fly my mom on first class.
Mets ton doigt, vas-y.
I love
Continue,
this.
continue. Faut pas pleurer.
Oh.
That was great.
The best. The best.
Anna, roche, papier, ciseaux. Anna, so, va.
I got this.
I got a wall full of like medals and trophies. I go to practice and I get joy right away. And I think that's how I can kind of relate to what he's saying, because like Well, that's a big part of why I try to maintain a good work-life balance. I don't want to focus on accomplishment, become as big as possible, make all the money, get all this adulation as one of the biggest YouTubers, retire, realize I missed out on 10 years of my mom's last years of her life. For what? I'm going to be irrelevant in another 5 years because nobody on YouTube is going to care. Look at all the biggest YouTubers you might have known from 10 years ago. Nobody cares. But when you're going towards the end of your life,
That's
and
facts.
you can't take those accomplishments, who's by your bedside? Who did you have the opportunity to share memories with the whole way? What life can you look back on?
Yeah,
that
I'm
you
glad
really-
Asmund got to take some time with his mom. It sucks that it was when she was in her rougher stages.
You know what you can say? Damn, every day I showed up to work and I did my labor, I did my duty, and I enjoyed it. That stuff made life worth living. Every time I showed up for my people, that made life worth living. Life is just about people. That's it. Nothing else matters. Some things matter a little bit less. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's like all fucking of it, but that's up there. And it's fascinating that we even have to say it because I'm telling you, people forget it all the time. People take their people for granted. You know, that's a number one regret. You know, you get to that point in life, somebody passes, and you just keep thinking, I didn't spend. What were you doing with that time? Stressing over shit that you're not gonna care about in a couple years.
I mean, in a sense, he's right, but I understand. No, I understand what he means, but for me, it's the journey to get to where you're at. That I kind of like the hard work, and you see yourself progressing, and you see yourself getting there. You know, I mean, it's not, oh, I got this wonderful car. No, it's the process of getting to get that car, with the sacrifices that you have to do, with the hard work that you have to put in order to be able to afford that, or to be able to change certain things, or to be able to attain a certain level. Me, I was someone that was struggling. When I had a corporate job or just a normal job, and I was doing arts, the problem that I had was the down, where I used to live like a superb weekend when I get to compete, and then everything is all dope, and maybe I didn't win that competition, but I made other people live certain things, and I was able to perform. I really love performing, and that was dope. And then Monday morning happens, and then I gotta. That down was super down, so I didn't get to do what I actually wanted to do. Although I do understand what he means by competition, because hence one of the reasons why I stopped competing is because I ain't got nothing else to prove in that realm. I think I did what I had to do, and I had something to prove when I was competing. And the minute I realized I don't have anything to prove, like I ask myself those same questions, so I understand what he's saying. Like, well, why am I battling this dude with this girl? What do I gotta showcase again? Haven't I done enough already? Don't I? And the minute I realized that, and I'm like, hey, I ain't got nothing else to prove. I don't want to battle. I don't want to do battles anymore. I want to dance for me. Because yeah, when you win, and if it's good, it's all right. You live that cloud, and then after that, I gotta go take the bus. I gotta go back home. You know what I mean? So I understand.
I guess I've not compete. I don't know. I've not competed since high school. Like that type of compete. I don't know. I guess I just have a hard time relating to any of this. Because I just feel like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're still competing in the YouTube space. It's like you compete in different things, but I don't know. I don't know that it's also something to prove though. I guess yeah, a little bit of that. It's like you want to prove your haters wrong. There's a little bit of that. But.
Yeah, I think he was saying that. He said, you look at his face, he said, I love training every day.
Yep.
I love getting up and practicing and being able to show up and do what I love. Like, he's in love with the process, right? The guy, I loved listening to him speak. Because it's like I can identify with a lot. I'm not a champion in that sense of like the highest level of whatever it is, but all of that shit's relative. You know what I mean? Like success is just peaks and valleys. You climb this shit, you do all the hard work, you get to the top, you win something, you look off, and there's a million other mountains. And the only way that you can handle going down to back up is you have to love the process the entire way. That's why people tell me, I just want to make lots of money. If you don't love the process to actually making whatever it is that makes you successful, you will not last. You don't have to love but if you don't love the general
It sometimes takes time to find the love too. Sometimes it's like overwhelming, or it's like, oh fuck. Like I remember when I first got into content creation, it was like, I don't even know where to start. And I just like made all these excuses, and then you just like slowly build building blocks, and you just like find, I don't know.
like the meat of the fucking thing,
It's not gonna happen.
you never gonna last.
Yeah.
We're all gonna have
if you're
varying levels
forcing yourself to do it though, that's when you're gonna burn out. That's where I was for a little bit.
success in life. But in my opinion, the real markers of success is the relationships you build and how you nurture them. That to me, I would much rather be a regular nigga with a good people around him that we all getting old together than a really like top dog nigga who got nobody. And I say that with the straightest face. I would give up every dime if it meant I get to keep my relationships in my life. But without people, I just what the f***'s the point of having a nice house? Like, what's the point of having a nice anything if you like my favorite trips is with my niggas?
You got a big ass house, nobody's invited.
That's it.
It's just that me to winning spots is not just 2 minutes. It's longer than that for me, but it's only longer than that because I get to celebrate with other people.
Sure.
So you relive that moment. So he is right. You know what I mean? You relive those moment with those other people that you see, that the people around you. Oh shit, yeah, and you celebrate your wins and stuff like that. Yeah, the people.
Yeah.
I think he has a good way of thinking. It's just he's not like on a way to love golfing and everything and stuff. It's just that the priorities are different, and he has the priorities in order to be successful, and he knows that there's a
He
timeline.
just needs to find like something else that helps fill like the empty parts. But really, yeah, he'll be fine.
At some point, he's not gonna be.
I get it wasn't like a poor me. I don't really know. I took it out of context, so I feel bad for saying that. But I do think it was a little bit of a pity party type of thing where it's like, maybe don't. I don't know. I get it because sometimes you do want to be a little negative. But it's like maybe tell people what your plan is around that then.
He's not gonna do that
What are you
much
gonna do to
more
change?
longer because he's gonna miss some very important things with his kid, and he doesn't want to do that. I think it's if I had someone that was famous as a father, as someone that is like that's the kind of father I'd like to have.
For sure.
Yeah.
To be able to be like, hey, you know what? It's cool, but yeah, nah.
If you don't believe what this man's saying either, think about all the world champions who within a year's time were like drug addicted, had some other problems, was out on the streets, lost everything.
It's because they got
put the-
cope. It's because they cope. It's because they cope with the fact that they can't fulfill those voids and they can't think of a way out. So they fucking, you got to do drugs.
Their whole
and
life
shit.
thinking winning was going to fix whatever's missing in their life. And you know what's crazy too? They do that. They get this giant parade. Everybody loves them. As soon as they life going downhill, barely nobody checking in. It happens to so many champions. Yeah, I know we live in a culture that venerates winners. Winning is everything. I disagree. People are everything. The process is everything. Winning,
I'd say the process.
if you
of
get it, you
people-
get it. If you don't, you don't. It don't make you any less of a man. It don't make you any less of a person. Doesn't diminish your worth.
Yeah, I'd say that's really the truth of it is I've started to just kind of like, I don't know, this is some gay shit, but I carry a backpack and I joke with people that I'm a student of life. But like really that's just how I try to keep my mindset in that is like, bro, the more you learn that you don't learn shit. Like the more you know, the less you know. That shit I think is really real. And I think it's like what he was saying. It's like that whole kind of you accomplish one peak. It's like you learn one thing, but then you realize like even if you learn one thing about one thing, you realize how complex every topic is and all that shit. And so like just learn to love the process of life. Like trick yourself to view it as like a video game. You're trying to level this character to its max potential. How do you do that? That's like actually good, not, you know what I mean? You got to realize that some things you're doing is because of self-pleasure and like all that shit, and you got to slowly cut that shit out of your life and live like selflessly and like all that shit. And I think it's baby steps. I don't think you get there overnight, but I think if you die after that, you'll be a lot more happy than if you die like just chasing self-pleasure and like money and fame and all that shit. I think if you die at the end of that life, you're going to be fucking, it's just going to have meant nothing. There's not going to be anybody at your deathbed, and yeah.
When's the next trip?
Hey, listen, I invite you niggas to Japan. Y'all bail. You know what I'm saying?
Who bailed?
Hey, I'm just saying,
Who bailed?
You know what I'm saying?
Who bailed?
All right, we'll see y'all next
I love them. Check them out. Abba Preach. Give them a like, subscribe, all that. Really good video. Winning isn't fulfilling. What's the point? Shouts out to Scottie Scheffler. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.